Hopefully I don't drop as many frames as I did last time. It's looking pretty stable, so that's good. Oh, you know what? I don't see. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, so it does say I'm live actually. All right. So I'm gonna keep going with what I did last week, which is sorry, I was looking at the thing. Okay, I'm gonna keep going last week with what I was doing with the actual password manager, not the passwordless password manager. So let's see. Where I left off last time was I was trying to like hash the master password before I store it, and it was getting hashed, but it wasn't looking good, right? Like I tried to put the salt and the master password in the same file, but it didn't work at all. So so I had to figure something else out there. So let's see. I'm looking at this, and it doesn't like invalid byte sequence. The split. Okay, let me think about this. Put contents too early. I know, it's super early. I'm like, it's 7 here, and I'm like, oh man, like I'm so early. But you know what? Hey, the early bird gets the worm, okay? That's what happens, I think. I'm pretty sure? I don't know. Okay, let me see. See you in an hour. Yeah, I should, since I started so early, I should be able to stream for a little longer today. So I'll still be here probably. Let me see. AY, oh man, invalid byte sequence. Like what is wrong with this? Can I not do that? 65. I can't split. What if I do that? No, it doesn't even like that either. It's interesting. I have been trying to be in a live, but haven't had the opportunity. It's probably because I start too late. Yeah, I definitely started earlier this time, so that's good. The font size? It's all right. There we go. Now that's looking readable. That's super readable. You can't even. Let's see. What if I look at it in Twitch? Yeah, it looks way better. Okay, perfect. It's funny because now it's so I can only see like 5 lines of code, but it's all right. It's perfect. Like it's so big. I can step back a little bit from the from the screen. Now I can lean back just a little bit so I can see the font in all its glory. All right, so let's see. So this honestly, the file contents of this thing, like. What if I don't do this, right? I think if I'm hashing the password and it's a HMAC, I think I might need to base. I think I might need to encode this somehow with base 64, right? I think that's what I need to do. I think is it digest? Base SHA, like I don't want to do SHA-1. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter, right? I could do like a hex on it or something. Oh no, I can't digest. I had to base 64. Let me look that up. Ruby docs, give them to me. I should really find out a way to put Ruby's docs in neovim. That would be really cool. Let me see. Base 64. I swear I know how to write Ruby. Oh, it's just base 64. Perfect. But I do think I need the module, maybe? I don't know. Alright. So let me hashed, base 64 encode hashed, right? Actually, do I want base 64? Yeah, I do. And then let's see. What if I did, yeah, because it base 64 encoding, there aren't any colons. Oh no, it doesn't matter because that's the hash password. Okay. All right. So this is hashed. Right. Good. Base 64 encode hash password. All right. Let me. So I'm with the salt of hello. Right? Is that what this is? No, I'm hashing the password hello. Okay. So let me try to write a new master password. Right. What am I doing? MP, right? Hello. Okay, encode is not, encode 64. Oh my goodness. Do I not know what I'm doing? No, I don't. Base 64 encode. Okay, so now I've encoded base 64, so I should be able to see this. What is it? Master password, right? Okay, so I see the salt here, secure random hex 16, which looks way bigger than 16, and then I see the base 64 encoded, right? So now, when I get it, when I read the file, and I split, right, I actually have to, base 64, I have to base 64 decode. But I should be able to split and just see it, right? So now I should be able to just say master password and then just see what it is, right? Perfect. Perfect. Like each of them split up. So I just need to encode it somehow. That's fine. Okay. I'm okay with that. Moving right along. Let me see. This master password. Open SSL. No. Now I'm going to have to base. This is base 64, basic encoded. We'll just call it encoded. And then MP is actually base 64, decode 64, encoded. All right. Then I should see the actual. Yes. Okay. Just a bunch of gibberish. But now, if I get the master password, it's hashed, right? So that's hello hashed. So now I should be able to do what I was doing before, right? Which is compare the salt of the master password, right? Here with hello to the hashed master password. And they should be the same. I think they should be, the hash password and the other one should be the same. Right? Okay, oh, I have to save it. Hello. Okay, so that's not good, but let's just try secure compare. Actually, why are they not the same length? Oh no! Okay, maybe if I don't do secure compare, and maybe I just do equals, right? It's still, oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. What if I rehash hello? It should be the same, right? Oh, right, because it's base 64 encoded. I think I want to hash it, but I don't want it base 64 encoded here. I do want to encode when I write it, though. So, base 64 encoded, encoded password, right? I don't have to, I could just say hashed. Encoded, hashed, and then encoded. Right? And now if I do this, it should work. Yes. Okay, perfect. So now if I bring that back, open SSL, fixed, what is it? Fixed, secure compare, master password 1. Yes. Okay, I could even do fixed length. Fixed length. Secure compare. Nice. Okay, so the master password is hashed, encoded, and written to a file along with the salt. So now that that's working, I can move on to actually setting new passwords, right? Based on the master password, right? So I could say zero cool new key is the master password, right? Which is the hashed master password, not the oh, you know what? I have to clean this up a little bit. No, you know what? I'm gonna clean this up. I don't ever do this. I'm gonna make this an open struct, right? Actually, I'm gonna make it a class. Why not make it a class, right? So I'm gonna make it a master password class, and then has two adder accessors, assault, and the password itself, right? Value, right? We'll call it hashed. Hashed. And then it has write, a write method, and it has a read method. No, it doesn't have that. It just has a write. Write to file. Actually, we just saw to file, right? Okay, master password to file. And here, all these things are gonna go in that class. Master password. Okay. Hello. Okay, I have some kind of, I don't really understand what I do when I do that. I have some kind of like RI thing. Master password, okay. All right. Okay, so this, okay, sure, I guess. I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit. I think it's kind of low. There we go. All right, so okay, I have write to file. Right, this is now to file. Okay, master password has an initializer. And does it have an initializer? I'm not sure. I don't think it does. But it does have a path, right? To path. And then we could say to path here, right? We could just call it path. But I don't think I'm going to need any of that stuff outside of this class. So I think how I'm gonna use this instead is like master password new, right? Arg, and then I think the arg is gonna be the plain text password, right? And that's gonna be that. And then MP, and I can just call it MP write to file. I don't know. It's better to have like a verb, right? There we go. So write instead of to file, and then write does not need a string. The string is actually, it only takes the plain text, and we can just say plain text equals plain text, and then here we can say plain text, and we just have path now, and instead of saying master password, we can say when we can just say read, I guess, yeah, and then which is what I had originally. All right, so let's see. So now I have salt and MP. So now I don't have to return a an array, right? I can just set these instance variables here, and instead of read, right? Let's see, how do I want to use this? Like, I want to say zero cool new key master password, but I think I could just say master password from file, right? Or setting and getting, right? So I could just say get, right, instead of new, and I could say write here, and I don't have to have an instance. It just could be a singleton thing, kind of style, right? I hope that's the right word. So this doesn't exist anymore, right? But this has self.write, and it has plain text. And then read is actually master password get, but it's self.get, and it's own. I don't need the salt necessarily, right? I can just return the decoded master password, right? Okay, for now, I guess. And okay, all right. I think that'll be good. Get and write, right? I can say set. Get and set. It doesn't matter. Write. It's get. Yes, read. Okay, we'll call it read. Read and write. Okay, so this looks good. And then zero cool has a key. I'm just gonna wrap this in a. Actually, no, I'm not. I'll leave it. So zero cool has a new instance, right? And it's when I call set AYP set, I'm gonna set a password like so, right? Username, whatever, and then twitch.tv, right? I think I could even say no, because you definitely want to explicitly set it. You don't just want to like generate and then read, because what if you have to overwrite with a new Twitch got hacked? Twitch would never get hacked, right? Go on. But if Twitch did get hacked, just on the off chance, it hasn't happened in the past, and it will never happen again. So, but just in case it did happen, we can say that you want to reset the password, right? So you have set username, and then I could do this instead. Let's see, username, and then I could give it a password, right? Whatever, or I could say generate, right? Which if I don't give it a password and I give it a username or an email and I give it a URL with set, it will generate a password, right? Yeah, that's fine. All right, that makes sense. Set? Yeah, because the other thing is gen, right? But I don't think there's I guess you could override it, but yeah, if you just can't give it the password thing, set the password, right? You could do that too. So I think for this set, we either want to encrypt whatever they give us, right? So password is options password, right? So we either want to encrypt the password. ZC, what do I call it? Encrypt? I did. Okay. Password, right? So I either want to encrypt the password. Yes. And then I want to write that to the name of the URL, right? So arg is URL, right? We can say mp arg here, and we could, no, there's no point. So URL is arg. So I want to write a new file. It's gonna be the passwords folder. No, it's going to be that, just no passwords, just this, right? Okay, so then it's gonna be file write, this directory, passwords directory, passwords path, file join. I could just do this here. dir.home, AYP. Okay, passwords path. I'll just call it PW path, right? PW path. Okay. And then file write, PW path, and the encrypted password, right? Encrypted. Okay, zero cool, key, master password read. I'm gonna make this a little cleaner, but for now, this is all the cards are on the table, right? Everything's out in the open, so I could understand what's happening. Okay, yes, file right. It's looking good. It's looking okay. Yes. File right, PW path encrypted. But when I encrypt it, I need this salt too. So I think I'm gonna make a nice method for this, which will do what I did with the master password. Oh, stupid. I did this, right? What did I do? I did file right path, but I think I like this, and I definitely want this in my encrypt thing in zero cool. Right, plain text. And then I could just make a new class here. And I could just call master password here too, right? And I don't have to say key. So I'm already working on this, I guess. Let's see. Zero class? Zero cool. So I can say ZC, CC encrypt. Encrypt. And I think I need to expose plain text as a adder accessor. Salt. That's fine. Oops. Be nice if I could go back to where I was. Okay, we'll just go to the end, I guess. Encrypted. Okay. Actually, I don't need to expose that because I have it here. I don't. Actually, yes, I do. ZC salt. And then I could say ZC salt. What? Okay, that's weird. my wife's just pretty bored, I guess. What's up? Oh. Okay. Yeah, sometimes that happens, you know? You're just programming and your wife comes in and wants to give you a hug with a weird mask on. Alright, encrypted is here, but it's also base 64 encoded, right? Encode 64. Encrypted. Encoded. Encoded. Okay. Alright, this is looking okay. And this needs to write to, what did I just call that stupid thing? I'll just do it again. File join, path, file join, AYP. It's nice because now I don't have to think about this, right? AYP. Path, okay, there it is. ZC salt encoded, salt.write. So now I can just say zero cool, write either the password, right, or a generated password, right? Password is either options password or whatever, secure random, just for now, secure random hex 16 or something, 32, right? Who cares? Actually, is that good? Let's do I don't know if secure random hex is good. Like, what's a better password generator thing? Let's just do 2 separated by spaces. Let's just do 4 times do 4 times secure random hex 7 join with the empty space, right, as the password. Okay, so that's the generated password. So then I just write the password, and it's gonna encrypt it, right? Not hash it. I hope. It's gonna encrypt it. It's going to base64 encode it. Actually, why? I'm not gonna encode it. I'm just gonna encrypt it, and I'm just gonna store the encrypted bytes. And it's gonna it encrypts the file, and then it writes it to the thing with the salt, and then salt here is nil. Actually, salt is either secure random hex 16 or not, right? Or you can pass it in there. That's fine. Okay, so yes, initialize key with salt. Okay. And then this should work. This should work. Oh, I also need I need not just that. I am gonna base64 encode that actually. Now that I think about it, I am gonna do that because the file itself is gonna store everything that it needs, right? So it's not just this. This is just gonna be one line, right? So let's see. The file format is going to be file format. I never think about file formats because I'm always using databases. Maybe I should go back to that. I don't know. Little SQLite database file can't hurt anybody, right? Okay, file format is let's see. It's the username, email, password. And possibly any settings. I don't know, maybe? Not sure. It's just new line delimited, that's it. So I do need to base64 encode this actually. Encoded, base64. Encode 64, encrypted. Okay. And then when I want to write new lines to a file, so I can either do file write. I think there's a nice way to do this in Ruby though, where you like write new lines to a file. File write new lines. Writing string to a file in every new line. Wait, Ruby. I was like, what the heck am I doing? Okay, so file open path A? No, not A. File open file. I think that's it. Do file. I don't think I need. I can just say file puts. And we could say username, right? Oh, you know what? I need to actually not do this here. Now that I'm looking at this, do I need to not do this? Is 0 cool? Like the thing that's gonna do everything? I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Actually, I think I don't know if it is, but you know what? For right now, I think I'll just overwrite it, right? We'll just say options instead, and it just takes the options, and it says options password, right? So for now, this is just gonna live. Everything's gonna live here. Let me bring back what I was doing. There we go. File puts, right? There we go. Options. We could say password line. zc.salt. Encrypted. No, encoded. And then options, password. Which means I actually have to set options password or equals, right? There we go. Then I can just pass options here. And then I don't have to write outside of this, because now it's gonna write to the file for me. Okay, file write is done. No, we're not doing that anymore. Puts, email, options email. Oops, options username. It's okay if it's blank, I don't really care. Or it could be nil, I don't really care either. I wonder what Ruby will do, but yeah. Okay, so that's good. I could just loop through options, right? Options, each do KV. And I can say file puts v. And I don't need k anymore. Oh, you know what? That was I need to keep it in order though. Never mind, we'll just do this. Okay. Alright, and this actually is password line, so that wouldn't have worked anyway. Alright, so, okay, this is looking good. So it encrypts the password that's given, or it generates a new one. It encodes it at base 64, and it writes it to the directory, but the directory is actually options. Oh, it's not an option. It's actually URL, right? URL. There we go. So that's options and arg, right? Okay. I really need to find a better way to do this. Now that I'm looking at this, it's pretty bad. But, you know, all for the sake of shipping quickly. Let's see, username, email, password, ZC salt encoded. Okay, so that is good. That's great. Let's see if it works. Actually, let's see if it just can write something. All right, so it doesn't even like it. Four integer. Join 4 times. Is 4 times not the thing? 4 times map? Right? Okay, so it does like that at least. 93. Read path. Oh, path doesn't exist. Actually, oh yeah, it doesn't. That's right, because this is not. Why is that instance method? No such file directory. Twitch.tv. Right. That's fine. Oh. Am I reading? File join? Oh, I'm file open, right? Let me do this. This is confusing with no parens. Oh, there it is. Okay. So if I check AYP, twitch.tv, I should see, yes, okay, blank line and salt and encrypted base 64 encoded password, right? Nice. So this is good. The next thing I need to do is I need to get it out of there, right? Zero cool, and we'll call this one read 2. Options, arg. It's the same, I think. But I don't does get even need options, right? That's the thing. I think if I say AYP and I say twitch.tv, I should get back. What am I going to get back? I guess I'm just going to get back. No, I need the username too. So I do need to pass in the options, right? So username. Okay, so yeah, do I even need get? I think set is good, but I don't know if get is good, right? I think I have a case for my else. There we go. Okay, so that's read arg. It's options and arg too. So this, you know what? Now that I'm not addressing these files by username, that means that if I have 2 usernames on Twitch, if I have 2 usernames on Twitch, I'm gonna return everything, right? It's interesting. I probably need to do the files more like this: AYP, swagger, twitch.tv, right? That's probably more what I need to do, because then I could address. I don't have to reach into the file and like check which one it is, and then if you have multiple, it's like pretty obvious. But maybe it'd be nice to see how many things you're signed up to, and then just figure out which one. Then the file would be a little harder, right? You have to append to it or find it. I probably should have thought about this before I started making this. Okay, so I think twitch.tv, maybe I'll just say, I'll keep it flat, right? And I'll just do underscore, right? Or I'll do like a dot too, right? Yeah, like dot. Is that right? Yeah, it's not horrible. I think the next version of this is gonna use SQLite. I'm pretty sure it's gonna use SQLite. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's definitely gonna use SQLite now that I think about this. It's definitely going to do that because this is yeah, this is not great. I think, but I don't mind this for now. So let me change that the right method. Okay, this is actually going to be the options username or options email, whichever comes first. Yes. Dot. Right? And I could just be a little join dot. Just, you know, extra memory. Get that array in there with the join. That's good. Okay. Yes. All right. Oh, need an extra paren. Okay, I don't need this anymore because that's now confusing. Okay, join, options, username or email. Right, and then, okay, cool. So now this should work, right? Let me try it. Okay, let's look at AYP. AYP stands for all your passwords, by the way. It's a password manager I made before, but now I'm making a terminal version of it with no SQLite. Let's see. Okay, good. And this should look the same, right? Except for the base 64 encoding. And the hash, or the encryption. Oh, the passwords generated is different, right? Of course. Okay, so yes. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete that. It doesn't matter. I can leave it. Okay, perfect. So it would be nice though to have it by URL, and then yeah, the file would have maybe like JSON instead, and then I could just see which username they pass, right? So I can always read from the arg. But whatever, I'll do that. I'll do that in 10 minutes. I'll do that. For right now, I'm just gonna do this. Okay. Let me see. Def self read options. Oh my gosh. Sometimes, you know, the keyboard, it just doesn't do what I want it to do, and I don't know where I am on the keyboard. I don't understand what's happening. Okay, so zero cool, decrypt. Options, password does not exist yet. I actually need to read first. File read, URL, but it's actually the name, right? We could say def self file name, and then just takes options and URL, and then it could return this. Yep. And then I can just say, because there's no path, right? So I can just say path actually. Then I could say, whoops, what am I? Oh my gosh. Okay, path. Oh, it's already here. Path, perfect. Unused option URL. Path is a method. Okay. And then here I could do this here. Path options URL. Bring back Nacho Libre. Oh, you thought that was hilarious, That's funny. All right. No, I'm not gonna bring back Nacho Libre unless she wants to be back. Then that's fine too. Okay. Let me see. Encoded. Then I have to decode. Encoded. Decrypted. Do I have to say decoded? This is actually new lines, right? So I'm gonna read contents, and I could say content split new line, and then do a little Ruby destructuring, right? Didn't even know that existed. Didn't know about that. Let's see. The first one, what was the first one? Username. Well, it's right there. Username, email, and password, right? And this is actually encoded, and then it's decoded, and then it's decrypted, and it is decoded is decrypted, and the password zero cool actually needs a salt, and the salt comes from the file. Decoded, actually, yeah, let me see. This is actually decoded is the second part, right? Or we'll say decoded, and then we'll say decoded PW, and then the salt is the first one, right? And then we'll say decoded split. Yep. Man, this is a lot. I have to clean this up quite a bit. Decoded, and we could say salt, and then we could decrypt decoded PW, and then decrypted, and this will give me decrypted, right? Okay. Yes. Yes. And we could just do that here and see what happens. And I don't need these. Okay. All right, I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say this is gonna work. It's gonna work. Of course it is. It's gonna be a first try situation. Okay. Let's see. Contents, path, encoded, content split, base 64, decode, encoded. Oh, that's the wrong read. It's this one. There we go. Okay, so file read path, options URL. Okay. And then content split on new line because it's new line delimited. And then it's base 64 encoded. Actually, you know what? This is encoded, but it was encoded. But the salt is actually I could just say salt, and then PW, and then I can say decoded. So contents. This is actually a password line. And then I can say password line. Oh, good thing I didn't do this. Good thing I didn't give it a shot. Now I can get it actually as a real first try. Password line split. That's encoded. And then decoded is base 64. Decode 64. Encoded. Okay, and now I can say decoded here. Now it's gonna work. Sorry, hold on a second. I need some water. Ugh. Okay, that was horrible. I hated that, but whatever. Oh, wiped out the chat. That's sad. Maybe I shouldn't do that. All right. All right. I have water now, so that's good. I'm just like, I don't drink enough water, honestly. Okay, now that you heard my swallowing noises. Okay. Where was I? I don't even know where I was. Oh, you know what? I got a new chair today, so that's cool. Now that I'm talking about that, thinking about random things. Oh, yeah, OBS is dropping frames. Cool. That's great. I don't know why. I don't know why it's dropping frames, but there it is. Look at that. My internet is great. It's amazing. Cool. Okay, so this should get this password. No such file. Why is it doing the username? Path options. Okay, so it's looking for username. So the first try, it's not a first try situation, unfortunately. What are you gonna do? I don't know. It's gonna be a second try situation, but that's okay. It's weird. I was like looking at OBS and it had like noise, but I wasn't saying anything. So I guess the mic's picking up other stuff. All right, let's see. I'm like trying not to swallow into the mic, but I don't think it's working. Maybe I should hit mute before I do that. Okay, let me see. This thing tried to read the file, but the path was wrong. Okay, yes, the path was very wrong. Durham, options, username. Join. Oh, you know what? Yeah, is that wrong? No such file. Soccer dot. Oh, it didn't like when command. Oh, because there was no command. I'm just gonna leave this as wait, no, it would be the command itself, right? Would be the arc. There it is. The command is the URL. Wrong final block length. Okay, so clearly, I doesn't like my file format, or it's way too complex, and I don't blame it, honestly. This is super complex for almost no reason. Let me think about this. Oh, you know what? The base 64 encoded value. Are these two new lines? Yeah, is there a new line in the base 64 encoded? I think there might be. So now my new line delimited situation's not very good. So that's not good. Let me I changed the file format. Oh, I should just use SQLite. All right, let me just do JSON like I was saying, instead of just new lines. Okay, because this, when I base 64 encoded this, it has a new line in it. So that's not good. I can try to generate another one. Let me see. Set. Now if I look at it now, oh my gosh, there's still two lines. The password's still on two lines. Wait, is this because the terminal's cutting it off at 80, or I'm not quite sure what I'm seeing here. Let's see, less maybe. What if I open it? What if I open this file? I am looking at it already though, right? Cat. grep new line. Can I do that? Is that a thing? Single quote? No. Grep new line? No. Okay, cool. There's definitely something going on with that last value, right? What if I look at it? Password line. And it should end not in M, right? It should end in 2 equals because it's base 64 encoded, right? That usually happens. Let's look at this. Okay, so there are new lines. Okay, I need JSON to the rescue, right? JSON, I need you. You know what? I mean, if I was cooler, I would use toml or something, but I'm not cool. So let's see, JSON. So the file format is JSON now. There we go. It's gonna be username, keys. Keys are this, right? Okay, so this is gonna be file. It's gonna be way easier. File right, path, options URL. We could say path equals path, options URL. Okay, and then this is path, and then it's just gonna be JSON encode. We could say content. JSON, you know what? I don't even know if I use, is it not encode? JSON parse. Oh my gosh, it's not encode. Oh my gosh, it's not. JSON, what is it? Dump? It's not dump, is it? Dump object as a JSON string. No, it's a serialize? Come on. Not parse. Is it toString or something? Include. There's a lot. Wow, there's a lot here. I can't believe I'm not remembering how to do this. ToS returns a string of this module or class. JSON dot. Oh my goodness. What is the easiest? Too much Rails. Too much Rails. It does everything for you. JSON parsing, not parsing, serialize. Parse. String. Oh my gosh. Generating. Oh, it is generate. Okay. Generate JSON from Ruby hash. Right? You know what? Not even a yeah, that's fine. I'll just make it. Username is, we'll just say options. Because it is options, right? Options.merge. Password is password line, right? There we go. Actually, it's actually quite a bit easier. Okay, wow, this song is something else. Okay, let me look at this. What is my watch telling me? Oh, it's nothing. Okay, so let me see this. Set username, and I look at it. I look at the thing. There it is, right? Look, there's a new line right there. You can see it. Oh my goodness. What the heck? What the heck, man? Like, I can't believe the new line was there the whole time. I mean, I did see it. I wasn't sure. But now, upon closer inspection, there's actually 2 new lines. A new line at the end of base 64 encoded. This is my own fault. I did this to myself. I didn't fully comprehend. I didn't fully comprehend the situation, the sitch. Okay, that solves everything, right? So instead of splitting, we'll just do JSON parse contents, and now I have an object, right? Or I have a hash, right? A hash. And a hash is gonna be hash password, right? Dude, what the heck? Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna make an object for the options, I think. But I think just for now, I'm not going to. And then I'm gonna decrypt the. So I have it hash password split. Okay, so that's still happening. URL path options. Okay, yes, this is good. All right, this is gonna be, I don't even know, 10th try, right? Split for nil class. Oh, because the keys are not symbols; they're strings. Another Railsism that like really gets me when I'm outside of Rails. There we go. Okay, so that is not good because it didn't actually do anything. So this is what try am I on? What try is this? What try? What do you call this? Try number 10? Okay, so that is. Oh my gosh, that is a password. 3. It's secure random. Hex. But what's up with the 7Z at the front? What's up with that? Why does that exist? Oh, what's that garbage at the front? Uh-oh. What? And why was there a new line? It looks like it could be good, but there's like this random garbage at the front. I don't understand what that is. What did I do? What did I do here? Let's see. Read. I'm giving it the same salt, right? I'm giving it the same salt. You know what? I just realized this. If you change your master password, since I'm using it as a key derivation function, you won't be able to decrypt any of your passwords. This whole architecture is actually not good. Not great on the architecture. Let me see. What am I? So I'm using, when I encrypt, I actually use it as a key derivation function. Scrypt key is what I give it. So if I change my password, my master password, I won't be able to get into any of my passwords. It's too dependent to use it as a key derivation function. But I have to have something. Oh, I'd have to re-encrypt every... I wonder how long that would take. I guess if I just re-encrypt everything, right? With a new one, right? I don't know, I can keep the old one, re-encrypt, and then delete. There's ways around it, I guess, but whatever for now. Let's see. So this is still like putting random garbage in the front of my like what do you call that? The actual value is 61BE, right? I have to debug this thing. Read. Okay. What if I look at what if I look at the password, right? What does it look like? Okay, that is looking okay. It's not really looking like what's in the file, but VOV. If I look at, if I do... Did I decode it already? I don't think I did. Oh man, I don't know if JSON can handle the encoded. Yeah, but it serialized it. Oh no, that's fine, I think, right? It's showing the new lines. Right? XG equals new line, right? Oh, that's fine. I just didn't realize it was across two lines. Okay, so puts hash password, and then I split on colon. Okay. Split on colon. I assume that can base64 have colons in it? I'm sure it can. If it could have new lines, it could have colons. This base64 encoding is not super hot. I don't know about that. Let me see, base64. Characters with colon character. Why am I saying like that? Allowed characters. Will it ever contain? Is not encryption. You will not see any commas, colons, or double quotes. Oh, okay, cool. So I was right to use that. Sweet, I got lucky on that one. All right, let's see. So this is okay. And then when I decode it, puts decoded. Okay. So decoded, it's hashed there, right? And then when I go to decrypt it, I take the key, which is the master password, hash master password. I take this given salt, right? And I go to decrypt it. Oh, you know what? The IV is random. I actually need to save it. I need to save that too. That's the problem. Right? That is the problem. So this IV needs to come here, and it needs to say cipher random IV. Oh, sorry. It needs to either be it's nil, right? And then you either do IV or this, right? Yeah, that was it. That's it. I don't need this generate key. Okay, so that was my problem. That's why it's doing the garbage, the random garbage, right? So IV also needs to be a thing, and then when I write this needs to come back with this IV. So this is going to be 3 things. It's gonna be the initial vector, because I use the same IV. I use the same IV and the same, yeah. So the IV, the salt, and this, you know what? Honestly, this could be its own class outside of the zero cool thing. Now that I'm like going through this, I'm gonna, oh man, this is gonna be so just object oriented, eventually, at some point. Okay, so the IV is gonna be in a split. So I'm gonna actually save this too, ZCIV. More colons. Okay, ZCIV, ZC salts, and encoded, right? And then I'm gonna get that out of there and put it here, right? Okay. Okay, so let me do it again with set. Whoop. Okay, source sequence is illegal, malformed. Let me try it one more time. Oh, wow, okay, that's definitely happening. 64, password line. It doesn't like the IV. Put CCIV, what is it? Okay, do I need to base 64 encode the IV too? Encoded IV. Base 64 encode 64. ZCIV. Encoded IV. It doesn't like, oh, because I'm putting binary in JSON, right? Is that what it is? There's probably a more friendly serialization format for binary blobs than JSON, now that I'm thinking about this. So now I need to encoded IV. Okay, B64 decode, 64, encoded IV. And that's just IV. Okay. Okay. So if I set it, and I look at AYP, Twitch TV, okay, I see one base 64 encoded value, a colon, it's a random hex value, and then as a salt, and then I see the encrypted base 64 encoded actual password, right? Okay, all right. So then if I just try to get it out, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Look, oh, I'm trying not to like ruin my mic. All right, this is what I'm saying. Okay, this is what I've been saying all along. All right, I don't know what I've been saying, but there it is. 28 minutes later, it works, right? This works. Okay, let me try email. Okay, let's see. Email, let's see, enterprise guy, B2B guy at, enterprise example. We'll say example. And we'll go linkedin.com, right? B2B guy, linkedin.com. And I have to set this. Oh, you know what? What happens if the thing doesn't exist? It's gonna fail. Okay, and then I get this out. I generated a password. Yes, nice. I generated 7 secure random hexes, or I generated 4 hexes that were 7 length, right? So that's 14 characters each. Yes. Okay, perfect. So if I set an actual password though, right? If I set P and I say this is the password, and then I get that out of there. Oh, it's not reset. It's not setting. It's not using the actual password. Do I not have P set the password? Options password? Puts options password? It should exist, right? Oh my gosh, I can't put spaces. There we go. Okay, so this is the password, right? So that is the password. So if I write, does it not overwrite? Is that what happened? Is that not what's happening? File write. Does file write not overwrite? It should. Should overwrite. Oh, there it is. Okay, it was clearly just a bug because I didn't have quotes. Okay, this is the new password. Nice, nice. Okay, so if I don't give it a password, it's gonna generate one. Nice. Okay, so this is kind of what I was imagining a little bit when I started working on this stupid thing. Like it's actually, I think I might use this. It's kind of nice to just kind of, because I always like search all your passwords. I always search it anyway. So it's like I might as well just say, AYP. Can I do that? No, I can't. I might as well just say AYP, whatever, right? LinkedIn.com, right? But I think, you know what? This should be, I shouldn't care about the username. I shouldn't put that in the file. Like I should, since I have JSON now, I could just have an array of stuff that you signed up for in the file, right? And then when I just do the URL or whatever, right? So I could just say, I could even give it like a this, and then it'll just spit back all the stuff, right? So like I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I think this next step is to well, I'm gonna commit everything, right? There's only one file. Let's see here. Get it working. First draft, right? There we go. Best commit message ever. Okay, so that's good. But I think the next step now, if the next like half hour, is I'm gonna change the file format. I'm gonna change the naming on the file. So if I look at path, this one, and I look at this and I say no to this, just URL, right? No transformations at all. So path is a function of URL, and then I do that here too. Path is just a function of URL, not options. Oh, I'm not even using options anymore in this read. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Okay, so read options command, so read command. Okay, and then so if the one thing I want to do is say, you know what? I might just do the options, the JSON might be, it might just be like, it might just be this keys under the key is like, so instead of an array, it's like keyed based on the username or email. No, it is just an array. Okay. Yeah, that's an array though. No, it is based on username or email, right? So options, if the file, so now that I'm editing the file, I need to also check that here. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. Oh man, this song's kind of nice. I kind of like this. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, I've only dropped 1% of the frames. That's good, right? It's great. All right. Okay, so this is, yeah. So the options is actually generated file. I have to read it here. Path, existing, file read path. But I think if I do that file read, nothing. Hello. No such file? Okay, so I have to file read if file read path if file exist. Is it exist? Path. Let's see here. Existing. And then I can just let's see here. I don't know what I want to call this. Hash JSON parse existing if existing. And then I can just say hash options email or options password. Yeah, how do I think about this in all your passwords currently? I think I just have I have a list of passwords, right? I have a list of passwords, and then yeah, it just shows you username and email. But with the files, it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky unless you're appending, right? You have to check to see if the thing already exists, if the email or the username already exists, right? Oh, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? Is I could always just append to the file when I write it. Let's see, Ruby file write. I think file write takes, let me see. File.write, whoops, file write. Right. Okay, the Ruby docs are not really helping me. Yeah, I don't even see right here. Writable? 0? I see delete. It doesn't even have it in the official docs. Maybe I should do something else? Maybe I should just open it and just do one puts, right? I'll do that instead. File, open, path, append, and then I'll just do file, I'll just do f.puts, content, right? There we go. So now it's always appending. Because how many times are you realistically gonna like update something? And I think I just always get the last one, right? Or no, my original thought was to always append the file, and then just get the unique password from it, right? Just get the unique passwords from it, and then just output those as an array. Get the unique email or username and password pairs, and then output that. That's a lot. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's a lot. Maybe I don't want to always append. Although it might make sense to always append though, because now you have like historical passwords, and then maybe I'll just output. Yeah, I'll just output everything. It's like a search, right? And then it's up to you to like pick the one you want. Let's see how that works in practice here. Let's see. So when I read, I get the contents, but the contents are actually multiple JSON blobs. So I can't just parse it. I have to actually do a little bit of this. I have to surround the contents with an array. And I have to contents. I can't split on new line because base 64 is base 64 encoded. So I can't just surround it with, because I need commas, right? Yeah, maybe this isn't gonna work like I thought it was. My problem was that I was making a JSON file like this. And I was gonna say, username, whatever, right? And then I was just gonna append another one. And then when I read it back out, I was going to put square bases around it, but then now I don't have commas, right? In JSON, you need commas in between all the stuff. So I can't do that. I can't really do that unless I append. Oh my gosh, this is the dirtiest hack. Let me just do this. I'm gonna append this right to the content, right? So I'm always gonna have a comma before puts, and then f.puts content, right? And JSON doesn't care about white space, so it's just gonna have a comma, right? Let's see. So it puts if file unless file exists path, right? So if the file already exists, right, then put a comma, right? Because now you're appending something to it. And now I can do my dirty hack where I just wrap square braces around it. Okay, there we go. That's good. Here we go. Let's see. So we'll do AYP. We'll do another set. We'll say, my alt, right? I don't have an alt, but let's say I did. Twitch.tv, right? And we'll make it an email. swagger@example.com, right? Okay, so then if I check if I check the Twitch.tv, yes, it has a comma. It's incredible. And also, this is the wrong. You know what? Now that I think about this, this is totally wrong. Because I'm not using this anymore, right? Actually, why did I decide to get rid of that? I forgot. Oh, that's right, because I just wanted to say AYP Twitch.tv. I didn't want to give it a username or anything, right? So okay, now if I do this, and then if I do another one, right? So now I can look at the file, and it should just be master password, and it should be okay, Twitch.tv, right? Nice. Oh, you know what though? It has a leading comma, but that's fine. I don't even need to do this anymore. I'm just gonna always delete the leading comma. So I can just delete the drop one, right? Because it's always gonna be a comma, and I don't care, right? So now if I do that, the hash is actually an array, right? And then I could just say r last, and it's an array of hashes, right? so I can set the last password, right? So let me set one password here, and I can set it to be you know, whatever, right? And then I can set whatever to. And then if I say AYP twitch.tv, right? With no, the read is just the URL, yes. Undefined method drop for the string. Oh, it doesn't like drop. What is the drop equivalent to Ruby? What is that? Ruby string. Is it just slice? Is that what it is? Is it just like take away the first one, slice 0? Is that what it is? Let's see. Is there a drop? No, there is no drop. Ruby remove first character from string. They remove first character from the string. Okay, there's that. It is a slice, I guess. Okay, so that's fine. Let me do not drop. Let me just do 1 -1. There you go, right? Remove first character. 1 negative. There we go. Okay. I think I don't even have to say -1. I can just do ... Oh wow, it does not like that. Never mind, I take back what I said. Okay. I honestly that's hilarious. I think that's so funny. It's just the dirtiest hack ever. But honestly, it's cool because now you can see the history of you changing the file. But the thing is, like, what if you have 2 distinct things, not just like, oh, I changed the password a bunch of times, right? Now you have to say, wait, I don't even need these commas because the new lines are not in quotes. No, it's fine. Okay, so this is hilarious, but it's like I have 2 distinct ones, right? I have a username that's this, and then I have an email that's this. So maybe I actually have 2 accounts with in the same place, right? So I have to think about this. What I want to do in this situation is actually return every unique permutation of password, the last one of each unique permutation of username or email or password, right? So I have to look at, you know what, I honestly could just return all of them and not just get the last one, the latest. But it would be nice to get the latest. So yeah, maybe I could maybe when I'm working through it, I can figure it out. But I think for this, instead of our last password, I now have to actually break this out into its own method, right? Let's see here. Get pairs. Oh, that's a horrible name, but I'll figure it out later. Pairs from contents, right? So like this is actually going to be run in a loop. So this is an array, and for each one, I'm going to say, I'm going to map. And then I'm going to say pairs. Pairs. This is actually hash now. Hash. And this takes hash, right? So this is r.last just turns into hash. And then I'm pretty sure it doesn't depend on anything else, right? It's just a function of hash. Yes, okay. But I think I can, no, because each salt and each encoded thing are different, right? Yeah, okay. All right. So this is a map, and then I could just say join and just give it a new line, right? And then that can be output to this. So now it should return all of them, right? Just all the passwords, right? But I don't just want the passwords, right? I want I can say password, right? So I actually want it to be a little more involved. Pairs. And the hash is gonna be, let's see, so we'll say username. Pairs? Pairs is the wrong, we'll just say password, right? Password from, right? Hash. There we go. That's pretty functional. Password from hash. Yeah, we'll just leave the we'll just leave that up. Okay, so then we'll say password, and then we could just say username hash username, and then we could say email, and we could say password PW, right? Or we could just call it here, doesn't matter. Hash, right? And then here, I could put these together with a new line, and then I could separate those with 2 new lines. Look, you can't have too many new lines in a terminal user interface, okay? In a TUI, I need commas. Always commas. What is this music? There we go. Okay, so that's good. So email, there is no email. That's fine. So there is no username, but it exists as an option, right? That's perfect. This is actually pretty good, because like, how many passwords are you realistically gonna have? Like, maybe I'm overthinking this. Like, are you really gonna have 20 passwords for one account? No, you're probably gonna go through 5 or 6 maybe. I mean, and you probably won't even change it unless it's hacked, right? So Twitch was only hacked once. Maybe it was hacked twice. I can't remember. Twitch was only hacked a few times, so like you might have 3 or 4. This might be a good example of what you could find in the Twitch file, right? So let me get rid of these other B2B guy ones, right? So now for example.com, I could have a bunch, right? I could say email, whatever, right? Example.com. Oh no. Oh, wait, why am I reading? Oh, right. Set. There we go. And I could say, username, me, and I could say password. This is a secure password with my dog's name in it. Fluffy. Okay. And then when I get it back, I could just say example.com, and then there it is. This is a secure password with my dog's name. But if I check just to double check myself, example.com. All right, so the password is base64 encoded, but I will say the salt is clear text, and so is the IV. But I'm not quite sure how to encrypt those two. I'd have to use the master password encryption to encrypt those two. And the file itself is in plain text, right? But the password is encrypted. So maybe the real goal, yeah, I'm not even sure now that I think about it. How would I encrypt the file but still maintain the IV? I'd have to insert the initial vector and the salt into the file and then encrypt it. But now I can't read it. It's interesting. Anyway, so yeah, the file's plain text, but the thing is encrypted. I should look that up actually. That's an interesting problem to have actually, now that I think about it. How would you encrypt a file but still have the salt in the initial vector? I have to look over that guy's Ruby thing again. It's interesting. But anyway, for now, yes, the salt and the initial vector are in plain text, but the password is not in plain text, right? So you could be nefarious, right? And you can come over here and you could say, this is just base64 encoded, right? So I'll just do base 64, right? No problem. I'll just decode it. This guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about, right? He thinks he's making a secure file format or whatever, but it's really just base 64 encoded, right? So that's what a dummy, right? Wait, base 64 and decode 64. Man, this new IRB is pretty good. Okay. Oh no! But now it's the ciphertext, right? Now it's I just decoded nothing, right? What a noob. Yeah, seriously, I've just decoded nothing. Now it's just I don't know what I'm up against, right? Like it could literally be anything, right? I mean, so good luck with that. But since you have the salt, and since you have the initial vector, base 64 encoded plain text, you could technically try to do something, but you would need the master password and the key derivation function. So the master password is similarly, it's just hashed, right? It's hashed right there. It's base 64 encoded, sure, but it's hashed. And yeah, the salt is here. Actually, why do I have the salt for the basic? Why do I need a salt for the master password? Why do I have that? Why did I do that? Hash password? Oh, because I need to rehash it, right? Wait, do I need to rehash? I don't need to compare. I'm not even comparing it against anything. I'm just using it as a key derivation function. Maybe instead. Oh, you know what? I just answered my own question. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I'm doing too much encryption. Maybe instead I should always just write everything plain text, right, to the file, and then use the master password to encrypt it. Then I don't have to re-encrypt everything. Oh my gosh, why didn't I think of this before? Oh my goodness. All right, well, that's something for me to do next week, I guess. It's funny because I thought, I wrote down 3 ideas at the beginning of this year. I was like, what can I stream about? That's kind of like interesting that you don't see every day. And I thought, okay, let me read you my password. First of all, I thought of the other thing I did, which was the Twitch alerts thing, which I didn't really care about. I don't really care about that. And I kind of gave up on it. But the next thing I was like, okay, sweet. I'm just going to take a week and do, all your passwords terminal UI, right? That sounds good. And then I thought, it's only going to take a week. Maybe I'll do something else at the end of the week. And I honestly, what did I even think? What was the other thing I thought of? Let's see. It was Twitch projects. So it was the passwordless password manager, which I did, right? Which was kind of interesting. And then local photo browser. Oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be a good one. I should get to that. Then I thought about the org chart thing, but I don't know. It's kind of boring. But I also have some cool stuff like, let's see. I could do just a Q&A site for backpackers, right? That would be kind of interesting, maybe for me personally. I don't think anyone else would enjoy it, but yeah. And then I've also been working on this text-only social network that looks like TikTok, which I don't think anyone else will like either, but I might like it. I don't know. I am the most interesting programmer. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Colin. I really appreciate it. Okay, so that's it for the stream for today, but I just wanted to talk about like what else I was thinking about. So I think on Tuesday, I think I will finish this for real, and I'll clean it up quite a bit. It's pretty cool to see it in action. It's definitely cooler than I thought it was gonna be. But it's definitely over-engineered, I would say. I think what I need to do is use the master password, the hash master password, as the key derivation function. And I don't need to store the salt with the master password either. So I could just have a hash master password file sitting there. I read that file, and then when I call set, right? Set you, whatever, and I go to generate a password, I'm gonna read that file, and it's encrypted. I'm gonna read that file, open it up, right? So like here, I would do, I would say, I can't just say file open, right? Because it's encrypted. So I'd have to say file. I'm surprised Ruby doesn't have anything in the standard library that does this for you. But anyway, so I have to read the file, right? Read path, and then it would be encrypted, right? So I have to decrypt it, right? With the with the key derivation function of the master password key. So I would say 0 cool, right? New key. I would say new, and the key is master password, which is what I already have. And then I would say decrypt, encrypted, right? Somehow. Oh, I need the salt, right? But the salt is not from the master password. The salt is just each file has its own salt, right? So I would have to, yeah, I would have to actually store one salt, which is whatever, like Matt said, right? I'd have to store one salt, and it would be the master password salt, and I'm just gonna call him MP, right? Salt, and then I would say MP read, MP key, salt, and then IV, right? MP IV, right? So yeah, Matt was right the whole time. I can't believe I just listened to him. Yeah, I just have key, salt, and IV. Then I decrypt the encrypted thing, and then now that it's open, I would say file.append or something, right? Decrypted, and then do F, whatever that is, right? And then I would do the same exact thing, put the content in there. I don't have to do any of this, right? I don't have to do any of that. I would just do content, and I would just say password is just the options. I don't have to merge anything, so I could literally just do that, right? And then that would be that. Everything has the same key, the same salt, and the same IV, but that's fine probably, because it's it's kind of like a whole package, right? And then not only that, I could just now that I have the master password, I could just literally say, I can call this all your passwords, right? I could just say app, right? And I can give a new instance of app. And then app already knows what the master password is, so I could just say app new decrypt, but I can just say app decrypt, right? Decrypt. There's no T on that. Yes. Right? And I could even, that doesn't matter. Yeah, so I would just do this. I would just say app decrypt, and I could even give it a path, right? Because why even bother keeping it pure, right? And why just say app append content, right? And then I could just get rid of all this stuff, and then I don't even need this self.write. I don't even need this anymore. I could just say I can just when I'm setting it, I can just say options password sure, and I can just say app append to options, right? And then arg. That's it. All that's hidden. All that complexity is hidden. And then when I read it, I would just say, I could just say app. I could just say puts app dot read. Read command. Right? And then I'd say app update master password. Right? Yes. All that is good. That is all going to be good. Okay, well, that's it for today. I appreciate everyone for watching. It's so early for me, but you know what? I love it. I think maybe I'll do earlier stuff earlier. I don't know. All right, yeah, thanks for watching. Next time, there's going to be more password stuff. Maybe I'll do the actual special characters and the numbers thing. And I'll clean up all my terrible, terrible code that you watched me write tonight. So yeah. Thank you. I'll be back on Tuesday. Bye.